Welcome to the CIO 24/7 podcast, bringing you the latest updates from Accenture's internal IT organization. I'm your host, Jason Warnke, and today I have Infrastructure Services Managing Director Tony Leraris with me to discuss how Accenture is running on Microsoft. Welcome, Tony.
Thanks, Jason. Glad to be here.
So, Tony, as a company, Accenture globally runs and innovates for our clients, its operations, and its people. We like to use the phrase Accenture runs on Microsoft. What do we mean when we say Accenture runs on Microsoft?
Well, Jason, Accenture is one of the largest installations of Microsoft products in the world. So we are actually our best credential for how a business can really operate on Microsoft. We use Microsoft solutions like Office 365, we use Windows 10, we use Skype for Business, and many, many other Microsoft products that help us help our workforce deliver to their clients.
Great. So let's talk a little bit about the numbers, because I know we love to talk about the numbers across all of these platforms. Many of these we're seeing the largest, if not one of the largest, usage of many of these platforms. So what kinds of things are we seeing with Microsoft products we're using? Specifically, let's talk a little bit about the numbers. Maybe you want to go product by product?
Yeah, I'd be happy to do that. And you know, I talk about these numbers all the time with both internally with people at Accenture and with our clients. So let's start with Skype for Business. With Skype for Business, we're now doing more than 310 million minutes of audio a month on our system. That makes us the largest user of Skype for Business. With Windows 10, we now have over 315,000 computers running Windows 10, also making us the largest. With Office 365, we have over 450,000 mailboxes hosted on Office 365. We have over 19,000 team services sites. We have about 5,000 Microsoft Teams. With OneDrive for Business, we are now at just shy of 2 petabytes of data are stored in OneDrive for Business, and we have nearly 100,000 people that actively use it, meaning they store at least 100 files on our system. With the Azure Cloud, we have moved the SAP Business Warehouse systems on SAP HANA to the Azure Cloud, and we just finished closing the books there, so it's a critical component of our cloud footprint. And then we're starting to deploy Microsoft Surface Hubs, and we've got over 200 of those deployed in our offices worldwide. So, you know, clearly we are a big, big user of Microsoft products.
It says a lot about the scalability of the products, but I'm curious, how did we go about, or the idea, not just to implement the latest of each of these, but to do so at such rapid pace? For instance, Windows 10, getting to the number that you quoted, which was spectacular. I mean, how do we go about rolling out something as critical as an operating system for a PC that people use day in and day out? Just tell us a little bit about what went into that large of a rollout.
Well, I think there's a lot of things that come into play there, but some things that enabled us to go so quickly. One, you know, we were preparing for that deployment far before Windows 10 came out. Number two, a large number of people in our CIO organization deserve a ton of credit because we did a lot of application testing as soon as Windows 10 was available to ensure that our applications would still work. We have our application portfolio is largely browser-based, which means our applications continue to work even with the Windows upgrade because we're using a browser instead of a thick application on the workstation. So those are the kind of things that we did to get ready. Then a lot of credit's got to go to our local technology support staffs who deploy PCs to people. You know, we started 6 months after the release of Windows 10, giving it to all new PCs that we deployed. Everybody got a Windows 10 machine. And then shortly thereafter, we had an in-place upgrade ready in case people wanted to upgrade themselves. And at this point, nearly 50,000 Accenture people have done the upgrade themselves. You know, there was a lot of work to prepare for it. And then we had multiple channels available for people to do the upgrade, whether they were getting a new computer whether they wanted to bring their computer to our tech support staff and have us do it, or whether they wanted to upgrade themselves. All of those were options for them. And that's really allowed us to deploy at speed.
So, Tony, it's great to talk about the multitude of these great products. It's also amazing to talk about going big and going fast and the rollout of these things. But it's all got to be for a purpose, right? So what is Microsoft and these vast array of products doing for our workforce? And how are people becoming a more digital workforce with the use of these products?
Yeah, Jason, that's a good question to ask, because we don't deploy technology just to deploy technology. Like we are obviously looking for ways for Accenture people to deliver value to their clients in the most productive way possible. And so we keep that in mind as we're deploying these technologies. These Microsoft technologies are phenomenal for supporting our workforce, which is incredibly mobile and needs to be able to work from a variety of locations, whether it's our offices, our delivery centers, our clients' locations, their homes, hotels, airplanes, etc. Products like Skype for Business keep our people connected and able to collaborate just as well as if they were in the office. Products like the Microsoft Surface Hub help us connect teams from different offices, and the whiteboarding capabilities and those kinds of things allow people to work very productively without having to spend hours and dollars traveling. Being on the leading edge is important for us because our clients expect that, but we need to show how we're using those capabilities very, very productively. We think the kinds of things that we deployed, plus what's coming down the pipe like Microsoft Teams, will allow our people to collaborate in a way that they've never been able to do so before, and will allow them to be even more productive.
Thanks, Tony, and thank you for listening to another edition of CIO's 247 podcast. I'm Jason Warnke, and today I've been speaking with Infrastructure Services Managing Director Tony Leraris, discussing how Accenture is running on Microsoft. Be sure to check out previous episodes of the CIO 24/7 podcast series on Accenture.com.